Hello, I'm going live for the first time and I'm nervous, very nervous, but I'm very excited to share some cool tips with you today. Hello guys, this is Barbie Figueroa, and make sure that after the broadcast you go ahead and visit my website at www.barbiefigueroa.online. I'm really excited to share some cool information with you today. As you may or may not know, I have been helping small businesses and purpose-driven entrepreneurs build their businesses online, and I basically started out as a stay-at-home mom a really long time ago online, and it really it gave me a hi Pete. I'm live, and I'm very nervous, okay? As a matter of fact, it took me a good 3 weeks to muster the courage to finally go live. So, but anyway, yeah, I have been online basically since 2004 because at the end of the day, I'm a stay-at-home mom raising 3 boys from home. And so in order for me not to have to go into the workplace, I had to figure out how to build a business from home. And so since I have, basically my main priority is being a present stay-at-home mom for my kids, I wanted to figure out how to get this internet marketing thing to work. And part of my driving passion behind everything I do is how can I get more of my technology and systems and things like my blog posts. Hey, Mark. I love you, Mark. How can I get those things to work for me so I don't always have to be online, and I can be with my children? And so behind my business is a purpose, and that's what it was for me. And so as I started, doing this for myself, I started doing it for others. And so it became a passion of mine to help people create businesses or build systems in their businesses that gave them more time freedom, right? Because we all have the same 24 hours in a day, right? No one else has 25 hours in a day or 30 hours in a day. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. And our time on this earth is, to me, sacred. It's valuable what we do with our time, but we still have to go out there in the marketplace and build our businesses. So relying on technology for me has been a huge part of my business, and helping others rely on technology to replace them physically has been a big part of my business, okay, and what I help others do. So now that I shared with you a little bit of the story behind why I do what I do and why I love helping entrepreneurs who want to leverage the power of the internet so they can still build their business, but protect their priorities and protect their time and still create income even when they're not around, let's get into the actual 5 tips that I have for you today to write blog posts that sell. And this is my first live, like I said, so I have my notes. Okay. So let me make sure that I'm on the right page. Okay. So one of the things that I do when I want to write a blog post to sell, remember, I use my blog very heavily. As a matter of fact, I use my blog and video marketing because leverage. I can put my work out there, dedicate 2 to 3 hours a day, turn off the video, I'm done, and now put my mom hat on. I can cook breakfast, I can do my thing, check in just a few times a day, but my technology, my content is still working for me when I'm not around. So when I want to write a blog post that is going to help me create sales, I have to reverse engineer the goal first. Okay, so if you've got notes, write it down. Okay, you want to reverse engineer the goal first. You want to start with the end in mind. You don't want to just write a blog post all willy-nilly. You have to have some sort of a plan in place as to what you want this blog post to do for you. So the first thing you want to do is reverse engineer your goal. So the first step in doing that is, what is it that you want to sell, right? So maybe you want to sell an affiliate product. Maybe you want to sell a webinar ticket, a seat on a webinar. Maybe you want to sell, I don't know, whatever it is. Maybe you just want to point somebody somewhere. We're all selling something. It doesn't have to all be monetary. The selling is whatever the end goal it is that you have for an action that you want people to take, okay? So what do you want to sell? So let's say, for example, I'll give you an example. I'm an affiliate for a widget, right? A widget, a thing, right? And I make a certain commission when I write about this, or when I share this particular widget, right? So I want to create a blog post that has a purpose that's going to point people to that widget. So, all right, so now I have to have the link for my widget. I have to know what I'm selling. I'm going to sell the widget at the end of my blog post, okay? So the second thing you want to do is you want to do some keyword research, okay? Now, here's the thing. When I first got started, I was doing video marketing and blogging, and the reason why is because they come up on the search engines. Any content that you put on YouTube, any content that you put on Google, it will, if you do it strategically, it will show up on the search engines. And the difference between having your content on the search engines and having your content on Facebook, even though is so cool to have you guys here watching, but if you want to, if you want to, basically get in front of the buyers, right? You need to plant yourself and intercept them where they are, right? And they're looking for stuff on Google. If I'm looking to solve a problem, I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to type it in. How do I, get my hair not to look poofy, right? So I'm going to go and I'm going to look that up on Google, right? So you want to intercept that person so that when they're searching, boom, your blog post shows up or your video shows up or whatever, you know what I mean? So that's why I like using video marketing and blogging, because you intercept the people who are most highly likely to buy, okay? So you want to do a little bit of keyword research, all right? So I go a little bit more deep into this topic, and I'll share a link with you at the end of this video as to how you can learn a little bit more about this topic in my Rise Branding Academy that I have, that is a completely free 5-day challenge you guys can check out. But just to give you an idea, you want to do like basic keyword research. So let's say you want to do weight loss, right? You don't want to just put weight loss as your keyword, because there's going to be millions and millions and millions of search results on that. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, okay? So what you want to do is you want to use something that's called long tail keywords, meaning it's about 4 or 5 keywords. So weight loss for pregnant women, for example, you're narrowing down your search results. So you may not have as many search results, but they're going to be more focused and more targeted. So that's what you want to do when you're doing keyword research. So in my example for the widget, I'm going to be like, okay, I want to put myself in people who are at the brink of wanting to buy the widget. So what am I going to do? I'm going to say, okay, how does XYZ widget work? Or how does XYZ widget grow my business? Because that person is actively looking for that information, and you want to, again, intercept them where they are, all right? So step 1, start with the end in mind. What do you want to sell? Step 2, keyword research, okay? Now, step 3, what type of post do you want to write? There's a different kinds of posts that you can write. As a matter of fact, my friend Mark Harbert, he's got an awesome PDF that is very, very valuable. That it's about content marketing for YouTube. YouTube and Google for me are, YouTube and blogging for me are almost the same thing. The only difference is the medium, but the concepts are the same, right? So what you want to do is figure out what kind of content you want to create. Do you want to create a review? Do you want to share a success story? Do you want to do an interview on someone who has used the product that you're trying to sell? You see what I'm saying? So what kind of content do you want to create? That's the third thing you want to think of, all right? Maybe you want to share a case study on how the widget helped somebody, etc. And then you want to actually create the blog post, okay? So what you want to do is you want to use those keywords that you research, and you want to have them in your headline. You want to have them in your sub-headlines within your content. You want to sprinkle them around so that the search engines do pick up some of that those keywords, okay? And the spiders will crawl your blog and all that good stuff, and it'll bring up your blog post, you know, in time on the search engines, as long as your content is relevant and it serves what people are actually looking for, okay? Another quick little trick is also keyword your images. All those featured images that go inside your blog, keyword them. Put the keyword inside those images because they will appear under the Google image search, okay? So that's another tip for you. And then after you write your blog post, it's still part of step 4, have a clear call to action. Now we want to tell people what we want them to do. We don't want to just say, okay, well, hope you like this blog post and see ya. No, you want to say, I hope that you got value from this blog post. If you did and you want to learn more about this widget, click on the link below this blog post and check out the widget for yourself and let me know how it worked out for you, okay? So you want to give people a clear call to action on what you want them to do. Think of yourself as the guy with the things at the airport. What are they called? What are those people called? You want to guide them. You're going to write the blog post and then you guide them to where you want them to go, okay? So if you know the name of the people that, you know what I mean, you know what I mean? So that's, you want to guide people to your link, okay? Whatever that link is, all right? And then the 5th thing you want to do is you want to sell your blog post. You want to share your blog posts everywhere. There are cool plugins that you can put on your website that literally you can share right from your blog post. And then what I do is I put my blog posts inside a Twitter automation tool, and that is serving my content all day long. You can go and put it on Google+. You can share it on Facebook. You can share it with your friends. Just don't keep the blog post on your website and then just expect the search engines to crawl it. It will eventually, but you need to give it a boost. And so you need to go out there and start sharing, okay? So basically that is all that I have for you today, guys. I really hope that this was valuable. If it did, give me a thumbs up or a heart, maybe a heart. And I really hope that you enjoyed learning how to start to structure blog posts that actually sell, okay? So let me just recap really quickly. You just want to start with the end in mind. Thank you, guys. You want to start with the end in mind. What do you want to sell? You want to do keyword research. That's number 2. What kind of blog post do you want to write? That would be number 3. And then you want to actually write the post and give a clear call to action. And then you want to share, get your content out there, and then it'll start growing legs and it'll start working for you. And as of the date of this video, I have 1 blog post. I have blog posts that sell on my website, but I have this just one that just knocked it out of the park. As of this date, it's like 29 sales over 4 figures just from 1 blog post. And for me, that was huge because my goal was to keep selling even if I'm not physically here, so that I can be physically present with my children. And that was the purpose behind everything that I do. So if you want to learn how to sell without selling and position yourself online so that people can come to you and learn how to use some of these principles in your business, I have a really cool 5-day training called the Rise Branding Academy, where I kind of show you how to position yourself online so that you don't have to go out and chasing and begging and doing any of that awkward stuff, so that you can position yourself using technology and content to get people to come to you. So we're going to start on January 8th. So if you want to go ahead and join that, it's totally free. You can just go ahead and click on the link somewhere on this video, or just go to risebrandingacademy.com. So thank you. I hope I did okay for my first time, and I appreciate you guys for being here. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all, and I appreciate you, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.